Well, hey guys, waking up here today in my little Airbnb. You might even recognize this location. I know I've done a couple of videos from here before. I just got out of town, came down to Pensacola yesterday, and I have a meeting this morning with a designer for some new t-shirts coming out. It was nice yesterday. I didn't really what did I get done? Oh, I went shopping. Had sales in the summer. I got some shorts on sale, which I was real happy about because normally you don't see sales going into the summer. But anyhow, it was just good to get out of town, shake up the routine a little bit. But I'll probably head back middle of the afternoon and just settle in for a nice relaxing weekend. Anyhow, today I wanted to talk about free your mind of raw food diet fanaticism. I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate if you hit that subscribe button now, then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. That's where I usually initiate a little bot. Sorry, that's an inside joke. I was thinking about this. This one just came up a little while ago. I went out to just get out of the house, read a little bit, and this one just popped into my head. I've got a few notes down here. The title of this video, Free Your Mind of Raw Food Diet Fanaticism. The first little bullet point I had there is kind of like, if you free the mind of raw food diet fanaticism, then you will succeed. It's so amazing to me, and I don't know, I just don't, at some point, sometimes I just think like, okay dude, you're just off in your own little world, and it kind of troubles me, but then it's like, it is what it is. I don't know if I can relate to people sometimes. I just have no interest in the things that I think 99% of the raw food people, or the raw people that are trying to follow a raw vegan lifestyle, the people that claim to be experts on the raw vegan lifestyle, I just don't quite get this whole thing, because very early on I was kind of part of it too, and I could have seen myself getting sucked into the fanaticism about, because I've seen that ever since I have started on this path. And ever since I first got plugged into any sort of connections via social media, watching videos and whatever, all I have ever seen is this never-ending debate on the minute details of all this stuff. And all that really is just, it clouds the issue. So many people are not doing this lifestyle at all because they're sitting around all day debating on how to do it perfectly. Listen, I'm kind of relating to that lesson in my life right now. I have areas in my life where I kind of get stuck, and I try to overthink things. But and I know it's a little bit cliche, but I'll always say this: imperfect action is always preferable to perfect inaction. In other words, like I say, there's so many people that are just kind of like, especially like I say, in the social media and in the community and networking and whatever, they're fans of this lifestyle. They know the stats. It's like somebody that collects baseball cards and can tell you every stat of every baseball player. They're not a baseball player. They may not even be, they probably couldn't even hit a single pitch, but they're fans of it. And there's so many people that are on the outskirts of this. They're like always debating, and the next level questions. And I don't know most of those next level questions. I don't really, care too much about all the details. I mean, I'll figure out some of the things. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, just do this thing willy-nilly. Don't educate yourself. But some of the stuff is just like, and the people, I'm not saying, it doesn't make me mad or anything. It just makes me, it's almost like I shake my head like they're just not getting the point. Especially when I see like the food police out there that constantly, somebody, they'll put up a nice recipe, and it may not be everything in that recipe that you would necessarily eat. But those minds, instead of just like, okay, well that's a good recipe, it's a plant-based recipe, it's a basically overall healthy raw food recipe. No, that's not enough. They have to go to that next level, and they start pulling out all those resources because they're fans, and they keep that stuff, and they have every article, and a lot of that stuff stuff is fringe stuff, you know. Oh, well, I've read that, you know, it's not really good to do it exactly like this. If you do it exactly like this, and it's like just such little degrees of difference about it. Always asking why this and why that, needing an explanation for everything. It's almost just distraction. It's almost like you just want to tell them, like, why don't you just do it? Why don't you just do it for a while, and then you can figure out how to do it perfectly. I would say until you're actually doing this lifestyle, don't ask those next level questions. Okay, you might debate, well, this is important, that's important. Fine. But first, just get to a place of doing the lifestyle. Just doing it, period. But don't sit and pontificate and tell everybody else how they should be doing it, and give people doubt, especially people that are new to this lifestyle. I can see this thing being so confusing because you go to YouTube and you go to social media, and usually the squeaky wheel gets the oil. So you've got a lot of big accounts out on YouTube, and to be quite honest with you, when it comes to the raw food diet and high carb plant-based diet in general, I don't necessarily think, not throwing shade at them, but I just don't think the big accounts, the mega accounts, the biggest number accounts really are sharing all that much that helps you actually do the lifestyle. They've reached a level where they're just kind of like stars, and nothing wrong with that, but it's just like, okay, I got this program, I got this new book coming out, I got this, they got that. But if you look back at the fundamentals, nothing is really, getting people to get to the fundamentals. And that's what this lifestyle is about. Listen, from the beginning, I've still will never claim that I'm doing this lifestyle perfect. I won't even necessarily tell somebody else I'm doing it right as opposed to you, but I know over my path over 6 years that it's been a process of narrowing that road and finding a little, you start out, you make a lot of mistakes. That's okay. That's okay. In fact, you will learn you'll learn a lot about this lifestyle, about yourself, about how to do this lifestyle and make it work through the mistakes you make in the beginning. So, don't be afraid to make mistakes on here. It's not about following this set of rules. It's not a religion. You're not going to be punished. You're not going to be kicked out of the club. So just figure it out as you go. And that would be my next point. And I'm going to keep this one kind of short today because this is just a brief point. Have patience. I think so many people are self-sabotaging because it's almost like, it's just like now. I'm telling you, that's why it worked for me. All I can actually give you guys, I'm not that great of an educator. I can't sit around and, okay, well, let's see. Okay, you shouldn't do this and know these deep scientific facts. I just know what has worked for me. That patience thing, that's another reason that this worked for me. And don't ask me why I jumped onto the path with that attitude from the beginning. But from day one, even though I had a lot to learn, even though I wanted to, get there, wanted to get this abundant health, I was never about the result. It was just like, once I started understanding this, I just settled in on the journey. It's always been about the journey. It's never been about the result. I've just always kind of had the faith that, I've changed my lifestyle for the better. I'm going in a good direction. And if I just keep moving forward and I keep educating myself, boom. But not, I didn't get caught up on what the scale was doing. I didn't get caught up on if I was getting this or that. I just said, this lifestyle makes sense. It's probably going to take a while to figure it out. It's probably going to take a while before I really, get the benefits, feel the results. So I just settled in for the journey. And it's worked for me so far. And that's what I will finish with. Maybe we all relate to who we relate to and how we relate to learning and what works for us. But this never-ending obsession with detail and next level detail. I want to make sure I'm not, I'm walking that line. Yes, you want to, get nutritional facts. You want to know, you don't want to just do something recklessly and find out years later that, you've been missing out on something. But don't worry about these minute details. And if you want to worry about the minute details, fine, but just get this lifestyle get to where you can do this lifestyle easily. There's still people that there's people that have been trying to do this lifestyle for years that have never gone 10 days. Or some people, so maybe some people have gone 10. They've never gone a full month fully raw. If you can't, I'll tell you this, and we're going to finish for sure. If you can't go a month fully raw very easily without thinking about it, with no stress, with no worry, no nothing, then you're not ready for those details yet. So anyhow, just my 2 cents worth, and I will finish you. I got to get this cool shirt yesterday. Lived with this with everybody. If you don't know me, don't judge me. That's a good way to leave this one today. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all tomorrow for the weekend video. Peace.